The Hollow Men, Politics and Corruption in Higher Education by Charles J. Sykes. Dedication for Catherine B. Sykes. Preface. This book is about the triumph of ideology over ideas in American higher education, the fragmentation and incoherence of the curriculum, the nihilism that passes for the humanities, the politicization of both scholarship and the classroom, and the darkening shadow of intolerance and intimidation reflected in official attempts to limit free speech. To understand the nature of this collapse, I have focused not merely on what is happening in the exotic realms of academic scholarship, but more specifically on how ideology has trickled down into the classroom and shaped the quality and content of the education that college students in 1990 receive. The first half of this book discusses the depth and extent of the crisis in higher education, while the second half discusses its impact on a single institution, Dartmouth College. Why Dartmouth? Certainly not because it is the most flagrant case, it is not, but because it is a microcosm of the changes in American colleges and universities over the last 70 years. Perhaps because of its size and its relative isolation, those issues tend to be writ larger at Dartmouth than other institutions. As a result of its apparently limitless capacity to indulge in internecine bloodlettings, Dartmouth has probably received more national attention in the past decade than any other single institution of higher learning. To its deep chagrin, it has become emblematic of the academic crisis of the 1980s and 1990s. But it is also a paradox. Dartmouth remains one of the most prestigious institutions of higher education in the nation. It is ranked 8th, ahead of such schools as the University of Chicago, Columbia, Johns Hopkins, Georgetown, and the University of Michigan, in one widely distributed survey of major universities. Its student body is bright and ambitious, its faculty talented. At one time, Dartmouth was perhaps the premier independent liberal arts college in the country and a leading light in the preservation of academic freedom. But those traditions only bring its current agony and confusion into sharper relief. If a school of Dartmouth's traditions and obvious quality can fall so far and so hard, what does that say of the virulence of the academic disease? While there are those who are quick to attribute its quarrels and alarums to the presence of a provocative student newspaper, the Dartmouth Review, that explanation ignores the seriousness of the issues facing the college. Dartmouth, it seems, would rather talk about the Dartmouth Review than liberal education. Even so, I was taken somewhat by surprise by the intensity of the divisions at Dartmouth. As I told one magazine interviewer, I sometimes felt as if I had been dropped into medieval
Sample complete. Ready to continue?